Now let's talk about using Rapise AI Robot to test desktop applications. Here I have a script that automates sample ATM application. It's a desktop application. I'm using a couple of entries from AI Robot. One is do full screen and another is do window. This is an optional operation that I do in the beginning, set self-check. It requires the robot to do screenshot after each operation and checking and validating the results of the operation. By default, when robot is going to click somewhere, it clicks and finishes without checking the results of the click. With this flag set, it would do the screenshot right after the click and check that click gave some results. So this is optional. It would produce some additional token spending, but for some applications that are dynamic or has animations or something, it's better to have it. So I have it for this application. Next operation is do full screen. So robot would interact with the full desktop here, and I'm asking it to click on the desktop shortcut, this one here. Also, I'm asking it to do double click because sometimes it does single click, assuming that shortcut should execute with single click. So to make it more regular, I asked it this way. After I click this shortcut, we have login window, which is not reflected on the taskbar. It's called just login, and we need to interact with it. So instead of doing this, do full screen, I'm doing do window. Why is it happening? First of all, do full screen is very, very expensive because it sends huge screenshots to the robot and it increases the token spending. So while we may do this for some operations, it's much more effective to work with smaller window. That's why here we prefer to focus on this login window. Also, the full screen may contain some additional garbage or some private information or personal messages or your emails or anything else, and that would all be sent to AI. So we want to have some restricted environment where test is focusing on what it should do. So that's why we only use do full screen in exceptional cases for short interactions, and then we focus on more specific areas of the screen. So I'm then working with window called login. So it's a title of the window, login. And I ask it to log in as user and demo. After that, after I logged in, the new application shows up. It's called sample ATM. And after that, I'm doing interaction with window, and window title is sample ATM. Again, this is a way to restrict. I'm logging it manually. This is the sample ATM. And this is the window I'm going to interact with. So its title is sample ATM, and the further work will be with that window. So I'm doing withdrawal using AI Robot do window. I'm doing some transfers using AI Robot do window, and I'm checking something and exiting the application using AI Robot do window. So I focus my work with specific areas of the screen, and this way I'm getting more reliable and cheaper interactions that let my test to be properly executed.